Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to get to start this vlog. I want to start one called Teaching with Miss Ali, and it's in regards to things like social emotional intelligence, how to help kids at home, and just things that I think are important that will help better our future through our children. So things that we can help them at this age to understand and process that will in return have them lead better lives as adults. So today's social emotional lesson is going to be about how to handle conflict. So this I know can also apply to adults, but I've seen it a lot in our classrooms where there's so much conflict, and so many times we want to say to the kids, don't fight, but that's very natural, right? When you come into relationships with different people all the time, it's very natural to have charges and frustrations with people. So today we're going to talk about three things. The first is aggressive, the second is passive, and the third is assertive in regards to handling conflict. How do they work, and understand which one is most effective. So I'm going to start with our first one, and I'll do it how I do it with my my kiddos, and we always do pictures because I know visuals are very helpful. So here we have our situation is somebody took one of the students' pencils without asking, right? So hopefully we can see this. So here's the kid who's really upset, right? Because someone just took his pencil without asking. And then here's the kid who has the pencil over here, right? And we'll just draw that so you can see that. So here's the kid with that pencil, and here's the kid whose pencil was taken. You can tell he's angry. Does he have a right to be angry? Absolutely. His feelings are totally valid. So now, because he's so angry, he's starting to yell at this kid, right? Like, get really angry. He's frustrated. He's yelling. He's maybe even saying bad words, really yelling at this kid. Hey, you took my pencil without asking me. You're a, just goes off. That is what we call aggressive. Right? Aggressive is somebody who, when they feel angry, they release it out in a very negative way, right? The reason aggressive doesn't work is because when you start yelling and cursing and saying bad words, nobody's hearing anymore the message of what's going on. All we're hearing is that you're angry. And then if you do it again and again, it just seems like somebody has anger issues. We don't actually hear the message of what is bothering you. Okay, so that was one way is aggressive. And again, does aggressive work? It doesn't. Now, we have another situation where we have a student who, again, somebody took their pencil. Here's the other kid. I like to draw the other kid again and again, I don't know. Haha, new kids taking pencils. Here's this kid, right, took their pencil, and this kid says nothing. This kid keeps it inside. The other kid takes the pencil, and the kid's just like, my feelings. They probably don't think they should mention their feelings, right? Maybe this is a kid who doesn't express their feelings a lot in general, but they just are like, okay. The only thing is, this is what we call passive, right? So someone who's passive. The thing is with someone who's passive is that, say this kid first takes your pencil. Next, maybe tomorrow in the lunch line, the kid's going to cut you in line, right? So it keeps these charges keep building. Man, first it was fine, now a second thing, now a third thing. It just keeps building up. So if we don't share our feelings, it actually eats away at us and it bothers us inside. So that's why passive does not work. And I know that growing up, we were taught to be like a little more passive because we thought it just keeps the peace. You don't say anything, you don't share your feelings, it keeps the peace. But passive actually still does not work. And one day, I know somebody who they keep it inside, and then one day, I'm telling you, they just like balloon and pop and get so angry and frustrated and yell at everybody. So it actually turns sometimes passive into aggressive later on if it's not handled. And then the last one, I'm going to keep this, actually, you know what, I'm going to change where the pencil goes and you'll see why. But here's another kid. Okay, so here's the other kid, and again, now this kid has a pencil. They took this kid's pencil, the other kid's pencil, right? Here's the pencil. But the difference is this student or this kid is assertive. And what's beautiful is this kid, notice, has their back straight, strong posture, speaking in a kind tone, but that's assertive and clear. And this kid is the one who will get the pencil back, right? So assertive is always key when there's conflict, because this is where someone's actually able to hear your message. And this kid might say something like, you know, you took my pencil from me. It really bothers me because now I feel that you might take another pencil from me. I won't have any pencils, and that hurts my feelings because I come to school prepared and I would like to have the pencils I brought. Or they could even say, maybe I feel like you're going to take my other things, right? So it makes me not trust you. So letting the person know it bothers me, not placing blame, oh, you're a stinky pencil stealer, right? Placing blame, not doing that, but saying it hurts, it bothers me when you take my things because I bring my things and I try to be prepared, and now I won't have things for me to use when I need to take notes. So that is a much more meaningful way of getting the message across. And notice that's the one where people actually heard the message. Aggressive was just the yelling. Passive was keeping it inside. Assertive is where we went, oh, that's what bothers you? I won't do it again. I'm sorry, here's your pencil. So assertive is what is most effective. So next time there is conflict, and I do want to say this too, because I know in my own personal life, you know, have I been amazing at handling conflict? There have definitely been times where I have not. I think learning this and teaching it, I learned a lot from Second Step curriculum for the teachers out there and for other people who have heard of Second Step. It has taught me so much about social emotional intelligence. But what I do appreciate is, I think once you're assertive with somebody one time and say they don't hear you, what I've done for myself is I have to ask myself, is it a relationship I'm invested in? If you're invested and you care, then you do want to go back again and again until it's cleared. If it's something where you're like, you know, I have to keep putting this effort, is the effort and my energy wanting to be there, then I understand. Sometimes I tell my students, if you've tried again and again and both people just are not hearing, it's not working, you just accept we tried and you just move on, right? You say, I did my part, I expressed my feelings and it didn't work, I just move on. So again, I would stop and say, are you invested at school? The reason with students that I say it's not about investment, you still should work through it, is because if you have somebody in your class that you are butting heads with again and again, it becomes an environment where you don't want to come then, right? Because the people who affect you a lot. So that's where if it's somebody you have to see daily, every single day, it's actually good to still work through it, because you want to come to school, you want to care about the education, you want to be able to be with your friends and enjoy and be happy. I mean, that's such a big part of school. So if there's someone where there's conflict, it's good to address it in your classroom for sure, or at school. So yeah, so again, what were our 3 ways? We had aggressive, 3 ways of handling conflict, I should say. Aggressive. Second, we had passive. Hopefully you can see that. And then our third was our one that we see most effective is assertive, right? So I'm going to put a big star by assertive. So next time that you have conflict with someone and you're thinking about how should I handle it, again, ask yourself, you know, if it's a classroom, I think you should do it regardless. But if you are invested in that relationship, try to be assertive. That one is the most effective. Alrighty guys, that is our Teaching with Miss Ali for today. I am excited to build more with you guys. So if you have other ideas, comments, things that you want me to talk about, social emotional intelligence, things with kids, ideas, just let me know. We want to make this an atmosphere for everyone. Alrighty. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year.